Welcome to Roots in Lowell, the Mill City Grows podcast. So in this episode, number 7, we talk with Chaya Sophon. He's assistant managers at the community gardens here in Mill City Grows. And we talked about the community gardens this year, what it's going to be the season looking like, whether that is you're a grower, whether it's like you're a member of the community that wants to learn some gardening skills and all that, and some of the exciting things that are happening in the community garden season this year. So yeah, it's not a really long conversation. We just wanted to keep it brief and also just celebrate that it's spring now, gardens are opening, and people want to garden. And we just had our seed swap the other day, and it's going to be a really exciting season. So without further ado, here's the interview. All right, Chaya, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Enrique, and you?
I'm doing quite well. So Chaya, what is your role here at Mill City Grows again?
I'm the community gardens assistant manager. I support the manager track. So we are in 8 community gardens in Lowell, with number 9 coming up hopefully by October in Pawtucket Garden. So we help maintain the garden infrastructure and then facilitate any community-led events in the garden by the gardeners themselves. So a community garden is where someone that doesn't have an ability to grow food, they get a community garden plot. But our new garden, the 9th one, in the Pawtucketville neighborhood on our new Pawtucket Wildlife Sanctuary,
Pawtucket Farm, yeah.
A partnership with Mass Audubon and the Lowell Parks and Conservation Trust, that will be not on city land, so the rules on that garden might be a little different.
Okay.
But that garden, it's still being drafted, so nothing's set in stone yet on like what exactly it will look like.
Okay, that's actually great to know, because that was actually gonna be my question. So you said you have 8 community gardens around the city. Do you know? Can you actually explain to the folks listening, like, where are these community gardens and how they can sign up for the community gardens?
So there's 8 in the community gardens, and they're spread out a bit. So in the Highlands neighborhood, there are 2 gardens. In the Acre, there are 2 gardens. In Centralville, there's 3 gardens. Back Central, there's 1.
Oh yeah, the Acre has 2. So which are the gardens in each one? Because I know you said 2 in Centerville, and where are the exact locations of these gardens? So let's kind of like roll back a little bit actually, because so let's say we are in the Acre. Let's start at the Acre.
So the Acre has 2. There's Dane Street Community Garden, which is near UMass Lowell's U Crossing building. It's on Dane Street.
All right.
There's North Common Community Garden, which is
at the North Common.
North Common Park.
Yes.
It's probably our most visible community garden. And Back Central is the first and oldest community garden. It's Rotary Park. It's tucked away behind a little skate park.
Yeah. That's actually the origin story for Mill City Grows, is that community garden, Rotary.
Yeah, so that has a lot of history. And the Highlands, there are 2. There's Smith Street Community Garden, which is near Cambodia Town.
In Smith Street?
Smith
Street. You know.
Namesake. And then there's Armory Park, which is our newest garden.
Okay.
Which is in, as its name suggests, in Armory Park. For Centerville, there's 3. Eagle Park and Hampshire Street are facing each other in the same park of Eagle Park.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you go down a few blocks, there's Western Street Community Garden, which is on Western Street.
Yeah, so that one's kind of like, if you go, you know, the Walgreens, is it a Walgreens? Walgreens right on Rich Street. It's kind of, you go behind it, that's where that community garden is at, on the street kind of behind that, Walgreens. That's kind of like the landmark that we have there. So about how many community gardeners do we have in 2024?
It hovers around 200, a little below, but that's about how many garden beds there are. Is around max, around 200. I'd say right now we have like a few below that, because we are still contacting people on our wait lists to see if they're able to go in.
All right, and for example, so if I am a community member here in not in Mill City Grows, in Lowell, the Mill City. And if I am like interested in joining this community garden, what is the steps that I have to take in order to join that garden or whichever garden, and how that process how that process looks.
So the quickest way is if you visit our website on Mill City Grows, if you go onto the Grow tab,
All right, so that's millcitygrows.org.
then you go to Grow tab under the Community Gardens page. There's a few buttons that links to the application. That's the quickest way.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do a physical application. We have those at our office, or we might have them at events that Mill City Grows is at.
Yes.
Or if you feel comfortable, you could call our office phone,
Yes.
and then we basically just fill out the application online with you.
So what you're saying is that you can come to our office and fill them over there. You can actually call us, or you can just find us where we are tabling, and also on the online. So you can do it in the internet as well if you're like. So there's multiple ways that you can sign up.
Yes, but there is a wait list, so don't expect to be on the garden immediately, sadly, because they are in high demand.
Yeah, they're very in high demand. So yeah, it happens, So we want to make sure that we help everyone in the community. But if we don't have all the space available, we're not gonna be able to get you in. So.
But like I said earlier, we were going through our wait list, so there's still people that leave before the garden season. A few people have left the garden.
Mm-hmm.
So never expect that there won't be a spot in the future.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things. If you're interested in joining a community garden, just fill out that application, because what may happen is you may not start right away, in a week or so, but the sooner that you sign up sign up for a community garden, the sooner you're gonna get called. That's what you're saying?
Yes. The best thing to do is apply. Your name will be on the wait list, and then you're in that line, you're in line for a roller coaster. You want to have your spot reserved. You don't want to just apply when you think that a garden is open. It's best to have your name on the wait list.
Oh, okay. That's cool. All right. And I know you were mentioning a little bit earlier, you were talking about this 9th community garden in Pawtucketville on the Pawtucket Farm Wildlife Sanctuary. And tell me, so I know this is a plan that's going to be our 9th community garden.
Uh-huh.
So where is the process of that right now? We're in the process is that garden right now, and if you're interested in joining that garden, you were mentioning a little bit ago, how there's gonna be certain things that are not necessarily gonna be all our other community gardens. So because it's a different plot of land, it's in the farm, in an actual farm. And all that. So what is the process? What's it been, and what are upcoming events or visioning things for that garden as you were mentioning?
So I would say we're at phase 0.
Okay.
But ideally, the finished phase, it would be finished construction in the fall of this year.
Okay.
Possibly October is the goal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the idea is.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the garden, if you drive by what is formerly Raleigh's farm, it's right on the road was where the garden would be.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be very front-facing of this wildlife sanctuary area. And it's bordering a turtle pond, which would be interesting because
nice.
If the garden does have a fence, it can't be impenetrable to wildlife, like turtles. They have to be able to cross through. So that'll be interesting to see what sort of border or fence will go around that garden. But as for the phase right now, it's still in the planning and drafting stage. So,
okay. And what does that mean?
So we are forming a garden committee to design. We are forming a garden committee to design how the garden should look like.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be recruiting people from community partners to hopefully be on this committee to give insight onto what the garden should be like.
Okay.
Ideally, we're going to be flyering people that live in the neighborhood.
Yes.
And people that also live in a neighborhood, but they also don't have a place to grow. So people in multifamily homes or apartments like that. And that also applies towards people that are interested in a garden, that we are mostly looking for people that live in the neighborhood.
Okay,
We
so
want people to drive across the city to get there.
exactly. So you're
We
like
already
so.
had requests from people like that want to join, but they live across the river on the other side of town.
Yeah, no, because like part of the idea of the community gardening is for you to be able to grow right, as close to your home as possible, right? Reduce the environmental impact of emissions of driving across town. So yeah, I understand that part. And
We do have for the garden committee. We do have 3 meetings planned.
okay, so what is these committee meetings are gonna be like?
You want me to look up the dates?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, please go for
Actually-
the dates, but also explain what are these garden committee meetings,
Actually-
so that people maybe. But okay, go now.
But if people want to join the committee, we're looking for people that live nearby that will looking to join the garden that are in the Pawtucketville neighborhood. So it'd be 3 meetings. Nothing's published yet, but the 3 meetings will be about an hour, hour or two. So be like a site walk, planning and designing, and a presentation of what we think the garden will look like. So if you're able to commit 3 days through 3 months.
3 days through. So 3 days through 3 months. So that means one meeting per month.
Yes, but
Okay. All right. So what are other activities that the community garden team is planning this year outside of like this, committees for building the brand new community garden?
well, the gardens are going to be opening soon. If any gardeners are listening to this in April, you've gotten the messages about your garden's opening day. We also want to invite gardeners to plan any events that they want to do in the garden that Mill City Grows. We'll try to help support you. So like in the past, we had gardeners do a cooking class. It doesn't necessarily have to be garden related. We're looking for community events. Mill City Grows, we could potentially help with like providing food or snacks or a venue location. But or even if your garden is too small, because like we know some gardens are very small, like Dane Street or West 3rd Street.
Yes.
If you want to host a garden event, we could do it at a neighboring garden that's even bigger. So we're trying to get more input from the gardeners on events that they want to help host and will help facilitate with them.
Awesome. And I know that in the past we've been doing some classes throughout the season. Is that happening again this year? Like throughout the season of like growing, that are parallel to the growing season? And is there a schedule for them?
We do have gardener workshops. I wouldn't say classes.
Okay, workshops, yeah.
Because
that's a better word. I'll take it back.
Because the difference than it was before was anyone that was in the public, they would pay to attend, but now we're making it free for everyone to attend. This is just...
So it's like a community workshop.
Yeah, with donations, welcome, of course, even though it's free. But we already had our first one, which was on like a planting 101 beginner workshop.
Yes.
That was in the past, and it was also co-led with a community gardener, co-teaching it.
Yeah.
But for the other topics, I can't say the dates yet because we're getting like outside collaborators to help.
Fine, but what are the themes? Even if you don't have a specific date for them, what are the themes that you are covering this season?
Some are not open to the public. I think one is just for community gardeners, but that would be herbs and tinctures that we do.
Oh, okay.
Another topic is...
that's a very popular topic.
Yes, and I don't think that's open for everyone. As well as a dyeing workshop on using natural dyes.
Oh, okay, great.
And then the other one would be composting. I'm not sure if it's vermicomposting or compost teas, but it'll be in that field.
So a composting workshop? All right.
And
awesome.
The reason there's no date yet is because since it's being collaborated with outside people, you wouldn't know.
You need to schedule, and that's totally fine. Yeah. Chaya, is there anything else that you would like to add to what is happening this year at the community gardens and all that?
If you're looking to volunteer, you'll also open a volunteer if Mill City Grows.
All right.
Even if you have your own garden at home. So, to close out, Just a reminder, I have 8 community gardens in the city, 2 in the Acre, 2 in the Highlands, 3 in Centerville, 1 in Back Central. If you're looking to apply, we have it linked on our website, or you can physically apply in the office or call our office. If you want to be in touch with our community events, be sure to check out Mill City Grow's website, see any updates from that.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you close, Enrique.
All right. So like you were saying too, a little bit earlier, also don't forget if you become a community gardener, there's perks as workshops and all that you can attend that, Chaya and Trang will be getting you in, we will contacting you about if you're interested in doing that. Some of them may be a little bit more public than others, but we'll let you know. All right. So, Chaya, thank you so much for coming by and talking to me about the community garden season this year. It was awesome learning about this new garden and the committee that you're forming for the farm and designing this brand new community garden. And, yeah, good luck throughout the season.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So that was episode 7 of the Roots in Lowell Mill City Grows podcast. So next episode is going to be really awesome. I can't wait for this episode to come up in the air. But yeah, if you like anything, you want to join the community gardens, like we said, you can come to our office at 650 Suffolk Street on the one at Lancet Mills. And you can get an application in there. You can go to our website at millcitygrows.org and you can fill up the application in there. And yeah, that's going to be like the episode. So till next time.